And we're back, and heading around to Grand here. I just realized I'm in the area with the really tough elite stuff. Probably don't want to do that right now. And let's get to work with Affliction. So I really like some of the talents with this one. Might make me actually want to play it some more. Let's take a look. So Affliction is a master of shadow magic who specializes in drains and damage over time spells. We got Corruption, ranged attack that deals damage over time. Agony, ranged attack that deals increasing damage over time and sometimes generates a soul shard when it deals damage. Unstable Affliction, ranged attack that consumes a soul shard and deals damage over time. Drain Life, ranged attack that deals damage to the target and heals you while you channel it. Seed of Corruption, ranged attack deals a delayed explosion of damage around the target. And Summon Fell Hunter. Summons a Fell Hunter demon to follow you and assist you in combat, deals increased damage to targets taking damage over time. Let's go and pull it out. Go ahead and do that. And I think something is missing here. There we go. There we go. So it's basically acts as an interrupt. Okay. So we're going to jump right in, and first ability we got here is Haunt. And I'm just throwing some stuff up here. Wow, I killed that thing fast. I don't think my minions even really hurt. A little bit. Dang, that was really fast. Okay, so Haunt summons a ghastly ghoul that haunts the target, deals some shadow damage to it. If it dies within 15 seconds, cooldown gets reset. This and throw a thing over there. No, they do a thing. Not cool, not cool. I just killed myself. Yeah, I pulled way too much there for this particular thing to handle. Hope that entertained you. So there's Haunt. Wrath and Agony makes Agony's damage ramp up possibly twice as high. And then you have Drain Soul, drains the target's soul, causing shadow damage and healing me for some of the damage done. So that actually replaced Drain Life. Let's re-summon you. Okay. Get some health back. There we go. Oh, oops, didn't do that. On there, throw that on there. Throw that on there. Ah, darn it, didn't get it going fast enough. Right. Okay. Contagion makes Unstable Affliction also increase all damage you deal to the target by 15%. Absolute Corruption, this is the one that I went with. Corruption is now permanent, and it does an extra 25% damage. And then against players, it only lasts for 60 seconds. But that's one of the things I always it bugged me, like when fighting bosses. Actually, would be like I'd throw Corruption on, and then I'd have to be like constantly renewing it, and it just got. I always just I hated that because I would let it lapse, and because I wasn't paying close enough attention or something like that. So. That's one of the reasons I went with it, is because now, boom, I just throw it on somebody, it sits there. And then Mana Tap consumes 25% of your current mana to grant 10% increased damage for 20 seconds. The next ones are all the same as before. Demon Skin, Soul Leech Absorption now passively recharges. Mortal Coil horrifies an enemy into running, and I get 11% of my health back. And then Howl of Terror causes 5 enemies within 10 yards to flee for up to 20 seconds, and damage may cancel the effect. Okay, cool, they didn't attack me right this stuff on here. Let's throw on a Seed of Corruption and Phantom Singularity, and let's drain some soul. Okay, sweet, sweet. So I went with Mortal Coil again for the like the little instant heal thing that it does. Siphon Life. So this is I guess it's kind of like the Drain Life spell, except it's an instant, and it causes damage over 15 seconds, and it heals you as it's doing the damage. I went with Sow the Seeds though. So Seed of Corruption now can, if I have a Soul Shard, it uses one, and it puts it in 4 additional nearby enemies. So it just saves you basically some time. See right there, like it just hit 2 dudes at once. And so that way you just don't have to cast as much. This hits multiple targets if you have a Soul Shard. If you don't have a Soul Shard, then it just hits the enemy like it normally would. And, oh, the other thing is with this, so, I think I didn't touch on this. Drain Soul, if the enemy dies while you're using it on them, you get a Soul Shard. So kind of neat there. And
it's too far away.
It's got too far away. That on there. Let's throw out a Seed of Corruption, Phantom Singularity, and Immortal Coil, and Drain Soul. Oh, come on. Okay. Don't have great AoE potential, though, it looks like, with this one, from what I can tell, at least. Most of the stuff does have to be cast as we're going here. Sheesh, sorry about that. I think I picked a very bad spot compared to before, because it's like, I cannot seem to pull, like, a couple things at a time. Okay, so that's the one that I went with there for level 60, and then there's Soul Harvest, increases your damage and your pet's damage by 20%, has a 2-minute cooldown, lasts 10 seconds, and the more enemies that have Agony, then the longer that it will last, up to 30 seconds. For level 75, I went with Demonic Circle, so that's the thing where I can drop something on the ground, cast it again, teleports me over to the thing, removes movement slowing effects. There's Burning Rush, hurts you to run faster. And then Dark Pact, sacrifice Demon's health to create a shield on yourself for 20 seconds. If you have no demon, it just uses your own health to give you the buff. And I'm actually going to summon an Infernal to walk around with me because I need it. I need its protection and its taunting. So I went with the Grimoire of Supremacy again with this spec. So I can have an Infernal just walk around with me all the time. I feel like it's more powerful than a Void Walker. Grimoire of Service, same as before, summons a second demon for a little bit, and the Imp cleanses harmful magical effect. Void Walker taunts. Succubus does some crowd control with Seduction, and the Fell Hunter interrupts. Grimoire Sacrifice, same thing, sacrifice the demon, I just do extra damage for an or have a chance to kind of hit for extra damage sometimes. When cast any spells, lasts for an hour or until I summon a demon. And then here we got create, this one is one I'm not sure exactly what it means. So it says you create a soul effigy that's bound to the target, which is attackable only by you. So it makes it sound like you create this thing that only you can attack, and it says that 35% of all damage taken by the effigy is duplicated on the original target. I'm not understanding why this would be useful. The way it's worded, it sounds like I create a new target, and whatever I do to it, only part of it affects the thing that I originally cast it on. So how is it damaging the original target? Like, or how is that better than just attacking the original target directly? I would need this skill clarified, because as it's worded, it doesn't make any sense to me why I would want that. So yeah, so that's why I went with the Phantom Singularity. So I place it on a target, consumes the life of all enemies within 25 yards, deals so at this current level 37,000 damage over 14 seconds, heals me for 30% of the damage done. And then there is Soul Conduit. Every soul shard you spend has a 20% chance to be returned. So that's kind of the normal third one there for all of the specs. So even with dying there, managed to somehow make this one go a little bit quicker. Yeah, let's have you attack. And I'm just gonna see how much I can dot the heck out of this thing. Yeah, so I think single target, you can burn the stuff down really fast with Affliction. It doesn't have great AoE potential from what I can see. Now, I've never been a super huge Lock fan, so there could be things I'm missing. That's definitely possible. Feel free to correct me in the comments if you figured out a way to do great AoE damage without having to just like switch between targets and just kind of recast everything. But otherwise, that's what it seems to really excel at, is the single target. Just boom, pull that thing, and then it's got a few dots and it's dead. And that's, I really like that. See, so let's see if we can do it again here. So do that and that. A little bit of a cast time there. A little bit of a cast time there. Pop my Mortal Coil. That didn't even go off. Like the cooldown didn't even hit, so that means I killed it before I was able to cast it. So yeah, I think this might be. I think either this or Demonology are probably going to be my leveling one specs, like for when I'm just out and about. Affliction may be my dungeon one, because you know if you got a good tank and healer and everything, then you can kind of focus target and stuff. And then there's also the change that made there, so like I might open fights with multiple enemies in a dungeon. Like once the tank's got them, drop Seed of Corruption, and it'll hit multiple targets because of the talent that I chose there. So I can see a few different ways to use this. I think it'll be fun to play around on the lock. The Paladin's going to always be my priority though. I always dig the Paladin. It's my favorite class. Been a rep Pally since day one of playing, which was technically, it wasn't day one. I didn't start playing until a little bit into Burning Crusade, to be perfectly honest there. But I've been ret the whole time, man. I messed around with tanking a little bit, I think in Lich King, maybe a little bit in Cataclysm, but never really got much into it, any of the other specs, really. So, never really did Holy, but that's what I'm going to be running with, and I'll probably be doing some recording once Legion actually drops, and once the pre-patch even drops, I'll be recording some stuff there. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to close things out here, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to take that like button, and don't forget to take that subscribe button as well to get updates when new content drops on the channel. And I really like how it looks like he's surfing. I'm going to stop there because otherwise we'll get content ID'd probably. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to take those like and subscribe buttons, and do remember that there is no IRL, just AFKs. We'll see you next time that Amo plays World of Warcraft. Peace out.